What's up, guys? It is Tuesday, my favorite day out of the week, where we get to connect. So I welcome you to the Connect 777 podcast. I am your host, Thaddeus Sims, and this episode is titled Letting Go to Connect with Others. Now, before jumping all the way into this, I do have a quick announcement. Just wanted to share that I will be having a few shirts made for the podcast and whatnot. I'll do some type of giveaway. I'll have more details on it later. I'll share it on my social media sites. Once I get everything organized, you'll be able to see, the different shirts and whatnot. So if you don't follow me on social media, and I think most of you do, I think that's how we've connected. You can follow me and you'll see them on there once I get it all done, and you'll have more details on this whole giveaway. So that's the announcement. Now, diving into the fun fact. This fun fact was a bit odd, even for my taste, and I think I would feel some type of way, maybe judge a little bit if I seen this, but the Roman Emperor Caligula, Caligula, once declared war on Neptune, the god of the seas. His men ran to the ocean and stabbed at the water. Yeah, I would judge. I'm gonna be honest. I would judge. A whole army went out to just stab at the water. Like, I would have asked, did he bleed at all? Did this tickle him or anything? I would have questions, but there would have been judgment. But let us dive into this podcast. Now, letting go to connect with others. Now, let's just be really blunt here. There is a lot of hardships that comes with letting go. There are intensities, there are levels to this. Them being emotions, thoughts, physical, and just things that you're just used to when it comes to people. Me just noticing what I've experienced with a lot of people is that when you let go, there's emotional connections that you've had with people. And when it comes time to let them go, that can be very hard. That person could have been a source of something for you, be it happiness, fun times, great times, excitement, whatever, knowledge. And when you let that go, it feels like something's just been cut off. And, we all have different experiences with our emotions, so you can understand that. And others are thoughts. When it comes to letting certain people go, we still think of them. I'm going to be honest with you. There's people I've let go of years ago, and I still think of them. I may meet someone. They may say their name or whatever, and it's just exactly like theirs. And it's like, Or I'll play a game or whatever, or randomly it'll just pop in my head. I'm just like, wow, I remember that person. Now, physically, we're all adults here. Some of you may just miss sex with some people. And also some of us, we may miss hugging a person or their smell or just something that they did, for us or whatever it is, or that included us. And letting them go for whatever reason can be very hard. So let's just dive into this. So I'm going to break this up into two parts, one with friends and then one with relationships. So diving into the friendship part, just two examples here. I can only give you really just my side of the story. I'm very authentic, but I can't really go too deep into these stories, so I apologize. The only reason is because that other person is not here to say their side of the story and whatever it is that they were experiencing. So you can only, I guess, hear mine. So I can only share my experience with it. So I hope you guys understand that. So diving into it, when it comes to friends, we all know, we all grow and whatnot, different things. We all experience different stuff. And in that, we just have to let some people go, be it maturity, be it we moved, be it, some of us have kids now, whatever it is. And for some of us, letting certain friends go can be pretty hard. Me in particular, can't say their name because I didn't ask them, but I'm just going to make up a name. We'll just say this person's name is Tron. I know, weird. Me and Tron were super cool. hung out all the time, always at their house, stayed the night. God dang it, that was like my second house. Knew the family. God, what else? Had all types of really cool experiences. Drove each other's cars. Whatever. We just hung out. Like, everyone knew if I wasn't home, I was there. And time goes by. I want to say sometime after high school, I went to college for a little bit, dropped out, wasn't for me, and I learned business with a mentor of mine. And for that time, I was learning a lot, and I was having a lot of meetings, and I was traveling. And so I really wasn't, I didn't have that free time as much. And I would think due to that caused distance between me and Tron. And nothing negative, that's just how it was. Tron was working and doing his thing somewhere. And whatever it is, he was doing his thing somewhere. And we would talk a bit here and there. And then time went by, and I think Tron went into the armed forces. I don't remember which one. And after that, I guess when you go into armed forces, you don't really hear too much. I guess like the first few or whatever, they don't have their phone. I don't know. But Tron was doing that, and I was still doing business. So I was still traveling and stuff. So this was up until what? A lot of things went by. So up until almost the end of 2017 to now, there was some times where I was trying to get back in contact with Tron. And I did my part, I would call the number, I would message, text. Hell, I even went to, contacting Tron's dad. I'm like, hey, same number? Do you got the same number? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Well, I've been trying to contact Tron, but, it's whatever. Now, for me, when it comes to people, if I have tried to reach out to you twice, I'm done. But in this particular case, me and Tron were super, super cool, so you go above and beyond and whatnot when it comes to your friends. And, we just wasn't talking, and it just hit me that it was just like, wow, I just have to kind of just let Tron go because I've done everything I could on my part. And not only that, we haven't really talked in like years. And it was something that I was trying to hold on to, because it's like, dang, we were close and whatnot. And again, like I said, with the different hardships, there was the emotional stuff as far as like, we would hang out, talk about different things, argue about different things. It was cool. I meet someone, they have the same name as Tron. We using examples to make me laugh. And I would think like, dang, I remember like me and my bro, we used to do that. But, I don't do that no more because he was that person that I did that stuff with. He was the extreme one. I think that's where I kind of got some of my extreme sides from, was him. And another thing is, too, I used to love like wrestling and like fighting like some of my friends. But that was because Tron was into like fighting and stuff like that. I would always get my ass beat by Tron or whatever. And some of my close friends who listen to this podcast know exactly who I'm talking about, but it's funny. And just recently, I just had to sit down and just say, dang, I really gotta let Tron go because I did everything on my part, and hey, we're not talking, so I had to let it go. It was hard. And also, too, guys, it's not because it's 2019, new year, I'm letting people go. No, you can let people go any time of the year, 24/7, 7 days out the week. It don't matter. But in this particular case, I just had to because it was just not worth me trying to reach out constantly to Tron and then me feeling some type of way. It just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth me feeling all of that. And I just had to let that go. But what helped me let that go is I had to stop for a minute and just look back on everything that I've learned from Tron and the friendship that we had. And, I learned to get more out of my comfort zone, try different things, go to different places that I've never been to, check out different stuff I never would have checked out, different types of, fashion, whatnot, all types of interesting stuff. And it was because of that I learned from Tron. I still do I think I still do all of that stuff to this day because of Tron. And it's just like, wow, I learned a lot, and maybe That was the time that I was supposed to have with Tron. And so I just had to let that go. And if we're meant to talk back again, hey, we will. But if not, I was grateful for that time. And I just had to really reflect on that and just honor the time that we did have and not, keep doing stuff to, make myself feel a certain type of way. And also in letting Tron go, it was as if there was some type of blindfold removed off of me to where I could see that the people that I do currently have in my life and just the awesome relationships that I have, it just, I don't know, it just showed me or revealed to me what I do have and the things that we do now and the people I'm connected with. Is just like, wow, this is really cool. In letting go, I was able to see what I had. It was very interesting. Now, flipping the switch here, another friend. This friend pretty much hurt the hell out of me. I mean, like, really hurt. And not just saying that hurt. Like, this took years to get over type of hurt. This particular friend, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but this was the friend that or person that you've tried to get rid of out of your life. And they just for some unnatural reason or some forces that keep you guys together in some way. Even if you did everything you could do to cut them off, they just somehow get back into your life. I'm telling you, when I have tried to get this person out of my life, I'm telling you, I have prayed, I have meditated, I have done everything in my power to do so. But every time I kept getting, it's not time yet. There's things that you still need to learn. I'm like, man, whatever. Again, this person, I can't say their name again too, because again, they're not here. I didn't ask, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to name this person, I like a different name. We're going to name this person Axel. That's totally random, but we're going to go with Axel. But yeah, Axel, basically we were cool. We were getting to know each other. He was super cool. That was another friend I learned a lot about, like music and passion that a lot of people have for music, like, and bravery and courage. Like, Axel was the first person I know to like have a talent that like he really liked to sing. And, I would go and Axel would perform. And for me, for a person who's really not the type of like, I don't really like the spotlight like that, that did a lot for me. It was just like, dang, like, bro, that's courage right there. Like, that impacted me. Like, I feel like just seeing you perform, hell, that's giving me courage to do more. This was like years ago before who I am now. And it was just like, wow, it was like, it was deep. And then not only that, but like Axel was just like, when it came to being honest and talk like wearing their heart on their sleeve type of guy, I was like, you are a complete opposite of me. Because when it comes to that emotion stuff, no, boy, no. We don't display that, And Axel was that person. And it was just like, wow, we are complete opposites. But it was just like, I learned so much from you. So, over time, me and Axel, we hung out more. But then Axel just changed. Like, he just really changed. And they just kind of like hurt. Like, it hurt in a way, like, it was like, I don't really know who you are anymore type of change. And it was just like, okay. But, I can't go too deep into it, but Axel just changed. We'll just say that. And like, Axel wouldn't even really like talk with me or whatever. So it was just like, what the fuck did I do? You know what I mean? Like, what, like, it was one of those, what the hell happened type of thing. And, for some time it bothered me. And, it was okay, let me pull Axel to the side. I'm like, bro, like, what happened? Like, what's going on and stuff like that. And Axel gave me whatever type of answer. But what bothered me is he just seemed like he was just okay, like, with just kind of cutting me off. And I'm like, are you serious? And that shit hurt, though. It was kind of like, wow, man, like, I connected with you. You were really cool and stuff like that. And you just did that. That kind of hurt. Again, it's deeper than that, but I can't go too deep into it. But I will say this pain that I experienced hurt me for years. And I didn't realize that years went by. I don't know if you ever experienced a pain that you go through that it just keeps, it's like it keeps revolving in your mind, and you try not to think about it, but you'll come back to it emotionally, mentally. And I didn't realize like that. I want to say about 2 years went by and I was still feeling that type of way. But Axel would try to hang out with me and stuff, and and I would hang out, but it was still, I felt some type of way. And Axel just seemed cool, and that kind of bothered me even more. Like, bro, how you cool? And so I didn't really communicate, how I felt at the time. And I asked, and Axel gave me a answer. But, with the pain and stuff like that, it was like, nah, but I didn't communicate or whatever. And it was just like, I didn't communicate because I've already asked the question, but I still feel some type of way. And I'm not the type of person to be like, well, I'm in pain, so you need to be in pain. I'm not that type of person at all. So fast forward, Axel calls me. I don't know why. It's again, there was this force in me that would constantly make me still like talk with this individual. Axel, whatever, called me, we hung out. And basically Axel went through some stuff that he put me through. Now, he doesn't know like to the depth of it or whatever, but like it was a shocker because he was going through something that he put me through, and he asked me for help. Now, he didn't know. So at the time I just helped him, and just to get over it, because, I wanted him to, get through it and whatnot. But for me, it didn't register until later that it was like, wow, you were the one who put me through shit, and I'm here helping you. And I wasn't even thinking of my pain. Like that was an opportunity that I could have been like, oh, nah, go through that. Like, nah, F you, bruh. You finna go through what I went through. But it was like, no, the goodness in me was like, no, help them. What I got from that, and I think Axel to this day, he doesn't know, but I think Axel to this day is that it taught me a strength that I didn't know I had in the form of forgiveness, but on a deeper level that I didn't know. And he just taught me that, wow, though you put me through so much pain, I can get past my pain to help you out. I can still focus on the goodness in my heart to help you go through that and forgive, what you put me through. And I feel like that was a tipping point for me, because after that, he felt better or whatever. After that, I want to say still months went by, maybe almost a year after that, I want to say. And it didn't hit me until I think I was meditating, and it just hit me that, wow, you know what? When I focused on the answer that Axel gave me, it was just kind of like, wow, he gave me an answer, but I was too hurt and shocked to really pay attention. I just thought it was BS. And because of that, I was feeling the pain that I did. And when I don't know, something just clicked where it was just like, I just need to forgive. Like you did say it. I believe it was the truth, because hell, you was still acting all cool. You know what I mean? Like nothing happened, and I'm still over here like saltier than the motherfucking ocean. Sorry, I just had to say that. I really was. And because of that, looking at that, it caused that forgiveness to come. And I forgave myself because I, in a sense, put myself through that, because I was not willing to believe in Axel's answer to my question of why he changed and whatnot. And I can't tell you what he said, is personal stuff with him. And I was like, wow, okay. I was like, okay, I feel better. I feel much better. I feel healed. I'm looking back on that, like I did with my friend Tron. I had to look back. What did I learn from this relationship that I've had, with like Axel? Like, okay, like me and bro was super cool. I learned like, courage. I learned all the stuff that I said about like Axel, just how cool he was. And there were so many things that I gained. And I was just like, okay, but I have to let like this friendship go, because it was just like, I'm not gaining anything. He not gaining anything. We don't really talk like that. And then also trying to hang out, it was just always just like weird or whatever. So when I made the attempt to, Axel read the message, but he didn't reply. That didn't bother me. It was like, whoa. But it was I would say it came to me after. It was like, now I can let him go. It was like, wow, I got what I needed to learn. Now, with that, I'll say is every relationship and friendship, whatever it is, any relationship that you have with people, there's always things you're going to learn and gain, or, we can keep it learn and gain. And I reflect on those to see what it is that I was learning from the relationship that I have with many different people. And that helps me to see what it is that I needed to learn, make sure I got the lesson. If I have to let that person go, let them go and move forward. Now, me personally, I have the mindset that everything in my life serves me. And that has always been the case, literally. There are some situations you may think it doesn't, but if you really look back, for me, everything that has happened in my life, it has all served me. Looking back to it to a T, I have learned stuff. And when I'm going through stuff that may not have been favorable at the time, I always calm myself down before I react. I respond and say, you know what? I'm gonna go through this. I don't understand it right now, but I'm gonna understand later why this happened. And I do, and it makes things much easier. And from that, now going back into the friendships and stuff like that, whatever it is that I learn, I take that gain, and then that helps me to move forward and let them go and leave them where they're at. That's what helps me with friendships. Now, we're going to go into relationships. I had to get my little notes for this to stay on track with relationships. Now, when it comes to letting go relationships, and what I mean by this, I mean relationships like, boyfriend, girlfriend, things like that. Certain relationships, I've had to, let me just say this. It's going to be hardships that come with relationships, letting them go. It's pain and stuff that you have to go with. There's going to be healing and things that you have to go through. And also, there's really no blueprint to this. But when it comes to relationships, some of us have probably been super hurt. I think majority of us have been really hurt in some form or fashion when it comes to letting go of a relationship. In some form or fashion, we are hurt. So sticking with that, one of the things that helps with letting go of a relationship or whatever it is of that individual is, you have to really know your worth. I would say that. And also understand certain things like, is it worth going through it with this person? Is it worth whatever it is that you're losing? So, for example, is it worth your emotional peace? Like if being with this person always caused your blood pressure to go high and you always felt some type of way, you always was angry, or this person always pissing you off or whatever it is it really worth it? Like you have to really reflect. When it comes to letting go, it's going to always, you really need to take the time to reflect. Not reflecting and trying to ignore it and pretend it didn't happen and try to just live your life, that doesn't work, because you didn't get over it and it's just harboring in there, and then you try to be in a relationship with someone else, that's going to come out on that next person. And if you don't take that time to reflect and heal, every person that you come across and meet, you're going to be throwing that crap on them, and that's not fair to them. So let's go back to square one. Is people that have hurt you, you're going to have to take that time to reflect on what it is. Now, physically, I don't know if people, I can't really speak on the abuse part. I know abuse is in many different ways, but if you are being abused in a certain way, you really have to look at that. Like, is it worth it? And that's why I say you have to know your worth. Is it worth certain things with relationships? Also, flipping the switch a little bit too is, was it you? Is there insecurities? Is there things that you were experiencing and you were putting it on them? That's where the reflection part comes in. It's going to be a hell of a lot of reflection when it comes to letting that person go and flipping it back on them. Did you do everything in your power to try to communicate with them, talk with them and stuff like that, but it just wasn't working, or they just kept doing a certain thing and it just wasn't going anywhere? Or you did your part and they came at you sideways with something and y'all break up and you don't even know what the hell was the reason and you're just left hanging. That is possible too. So I'm going to say relationships are very sticky because there really isn't a blueprint. But I feel like the first thing when it comes to letting go of the relationships is really, again, knowing your worth and also self-reflecting. Was it your fault? Was it not your fault? Did you do everything you could do? Yes or no? Is it things that you're doing? And that whole self-reflection, that will help you get some type of gain on what you need to do moving forward with that. So I'm gonna say that part. Now, going with the self-reflection, that's one part of it. The next part is the actual healing that needs to take place. A lot of people think by not thinking about it or ignoring it, that it's just going to go away, and it doesn't. That's going to be unresolved. So you really want to take time to heal yourself. Well, how do I heal myself from this? Some of you may need to take a day and, go get your nails done, get your hair done, or go out. That was for the women there. For the guys, you might need to go out and go do some exercising and things like that. Do something that is great for you, investing in yourself pretty much. Distancing yourself from that person, staying away from people who are negative, really treating yourself, investing. I'm going to say that again, really investing in yourself. If there's things that it was, you were going through and you caused that, learn how you can get past that. Read some self-help books, talk with someone who you can trust and they actually are a good example. Let me say that again. Someone you can trust and who's a good example, talk with them and see, what it is that they've done to get over that and what you need to do. Some of us may need to get into something different, meditate, go somewhere that you need to go to get peace. Maybe church, maybe nature, maybe getting around positive people and stuff like that. Do what you need to do to heal yourself. Take more time for yourself, but do whatever it is you need to do to heal yourself. But take that power and do it yourself, and don't expect that person to apologize or say something to give you the permission to heal yourself. No, you do that for yourself, and you'll know when you're done with the healing. You'll know. But let me say this as well. When it comes time for that healing, when you're doing that, a lot of doors are going to be closed. And that's a good thing in this particular case, because you don't really need a lot of stuff coming at you when you're trying to heal. A lot of things a lot of doors will close. But also, too, a lot of tests will come to see if you really learned the lesson that you needed to. What I mean by a test is that you may be hurt. This person may have hurt you. And you may want to get back with them and cheat or whatever. But that's a test. Are you going to cheat and just, make it worse for you? That person that you cheated with them with, it's just you're going to make that worse. Don't do that. There are tests out there and you just have to be aware of that. And once you do get through the test and the healing, then that's when the awesomeness starts to kick in. The doors will start opening. You'll be around people. You'll be in a different environment and you'll be around more positive people. You'll connect with people who've been through exactly what you've been through, and it can help you. And also, too, I've always discovered once you got over something major, you're going to connect with someone who is going through what you just got over, and you can help them get through that. I've always learned that as well when it came to just stuff like that. But again, relationships are sticky, and that relationship because you were in it and yourself. And if you don't take the time to get to know yourself, but it will always come back to reflection, knowing your worth and taking that time to heal. And then you'll have the best judgment of, okay, I need to let this person go for whatever reason it may be. And then take those steps forward and do what you have to do and just let nature take its course, and you start to meet really amazing people along the way. It just works that way. I don't control it. I don't know how, but it just does. And that's how you really just start connecting with more people. You'll be surprised it could be our pains and experiences that connects us with a lot of different people. And, once we got over it, it's just a lot of people gravitate maybe to you because, you're strong, or you've been through that, or you have an understanding of it. There's lots of gains that you get from it, more than just a relationship. There's an increase in character, an increase in, who you are as a person, how you do things, because of the things you gained in the relationships and friendships. And once you do that, you just start connecting with more awesome people. So that being said, that's it for this podcast. I really hope you got something from it. And I was excited to share. And that being said, we will talk next Tuesday. You guys are awesome. And again, I will keep you updated on the shirts and my social medias. So that being said, I will talk to you guys soon. You have a fantastic day. Later.